Chapter 15. I had the sensation someone was watching me. I cracked my eyes open to find it was morning. I stirred, and a warm body moved with me. I turned my head slightly, and my lips brushed up against warm skin. I jumped, tangling myself in David's muscular arm. Oh shit. David. David, move your damn arm. What the hell happened to Gus? David was still asleep and snuggled next to me, trying to regain the warmth. His arms wrapped around my waist.
Your door was unlocked,
Grayson said from the doorway. His eyes were dark.
I was hoping I wouldn't interrupt something, but it seems I have.
My eyes shot to Grayson, and then to David, who still had his arms around me. Damn. I frantically tried to free myself from David. Can you help me, please? I asked Grayson. He didn't budge from the doorway. Grayson, this isn't what it looks like.
Feel free to tell me what it is. I already know what it looks like.
David slept over, but it was... Oh, geesh. Caleb appeared behind Grayson. I cringed. Grayson turned to Caleb.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to find out why Nadia stole my car. What are you doing here?
Trying to find out why she's in bed with my brother.
Caleb pushed his way through the door. His eyes burned into me.
Nadia, what the hell is going on?
My hand clenched into a fist, nailing David in the stomach. It barely affected him. He blinked his eyes open.
Is it morning already? I feel like I hardly got any sleep.
I groaned. Grayson clenched his jaw tight, and Caleb crossed his arms with a growl. If you don't wake up and explain what's going on, your brother is going to pummel you. I won't stop him. David rubbed his eyes.
What are they doing here?
They're wondering what you're doing in my bed.
I was sleeping until you punched me. You need to work on the punching bag.
This is not the time for joking around.
I'm not. That was a weak punch.
I'll be more than happy to help her.
Grayson said between clenched teeth.
Grayson, nothing happened.
David smirked.
If you made sure she was in your bed, you wouldn't have to worry about me.
She's not getting into any beds until she tells me why she stole my car.
Caleb butted in.
And she owes me a weekend.
You stole his car?
David asked, clearly amused.
You hustled her.
Grayson said to Caleb.
She will not be honoring the wager.
Caleb, I borrowed your car, I cut in. I meant to bring it back. It was a long night and I forgot.
A long night?
He asked.
I should have known it was you who bumped into me. Your eyes caught my attention right away.
His eyes flicked to Grayson.
And she will honor the wager she lost twice.
That wasn't a fair game, and you know it.
She agreed to the game and lost. It wouldn't have mattered what game we played. I always win.
My eyes bounced between the two men. David settled back into the pillow, but kept his arm around me, thoroughly enjoying the scene in front of him. Let me grab your keys. Then you can leave, I said to Caleb.
Who said I'm leaving?
All of you are leaving, I said.
No one is leaving until we figure this out,
Grayson said. I pried David's arm off me and pushed past Grayson and Caleb. Let me get the keys first. I hurried out of the room, snatched the keys and my purse from the table, and flew out the door and down the steps. Remy jumped out of the limo when he saw me fleeing from the building barefoot and in my pajamas.
Where are you going?
He shouted as I jumped in Caleb's Porsche, flooring it all the way to Maya's house. It was still early. I didn't know if Maya would be awake. But I wasn't going home for a long time. They could fight it out like the Three Stooges for all I cared. I squealed into Maya's driveway, slammed on the brakes, and scampered to her front door. I didn't want her neighbors to see me in my pajamas. Maya answered the door in her robe.
Nadia, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry to come unannounced. I need a place to hang out for a little while.
Oh, sure. Come in. Do you want some coffee? I was just making a pot.
That would be wonderful. I followed her into her house. A professional interior decorator had gone to considerable lengths to make Maya's home like a picture-perfect front cover of an interior design magazine. Warm tones, cathedral ceilings, and fashionable yet comfortable furnishings faced an impressive fireplace in an open concept I could only dream about. Maya, your house is so beautiful.
Thank you. It was David's wedding gift to me. It's a little big for just me, but I would never sell it.
Good. I would hate for you to sell it. It's perfect.
Why are you still in your pajamas?
I had to leave my apartment in a hurry. Her eyes widened.
What happened?
Well, a huge mouse.
Ew!
I know, that's what I thought.
Don't you have a cat?
Yes, but unless the mouse pries open Gus's mouth and hops in, he's safe. Unfortunately, it was the truth. Gus would never run after food, unless he was on a diet.
Do you need clothes?
Yes, can I borrow some? Maya's eyes twinkled.
Let me show you my closet.
She poured 2 giant mugs of coffee and led me upstairs. My jaw dropped when she opened the door. This is your closet?
Yes. What's wrong with it?
There isn't anything wrong. It's an entire bedroom.
David had it made for our first anniversary. He said he couldn't fit any clothes in his closet because I was hogging all the space.
David spoiled you, didn't he? She smiled fondly.
Yes, but he loved doing it. I never asked for any of this.
I'm sure you didn't.
Let me pick out an outfit. I had so much fun doing it yesterday.
Since it was her closet, I agreed. But I regretted it later when she selected a tiny pink t-shirt that read, "Some knockers aren't for doors." She completed the outfit with tiny white shorts and white sandals. I wiggled into the outfit. She clapped her hands with enthusiasm.
Do you want to hang out today?
She asked. Sure, what do you have in mind? I mentally reprimanded myself for not going to work at the tables. Bills were piling up faster than I could pay them, and my car still needed to be fixed. But I didn't want to be at a poker table dressed in this outfit. I might as well make the most of the day and have a little fun.
Let's go eat breakfast first. It will be scorching outside by the time we're done. We can take a dip in the pool after.
You have a pool? She smiled and nodded. Don't tell me. David bought it for your birthday. Her eyes widened.
How did you know?
Lucky guess. After eating an enormous greasy breakfast, I lounged on a floating bed in the pool. Maya had loaned me a bathing suit that, once again, was lacking in fabric. After the meal I'd had, I was feeling less than attractive in the skimpy suit. I slid on a pair of her oversized designer sunglasses and smiled as I drifted in the pool. No cares bothered me here. Maya was talking, but she tended to have conversations with herself that didn't need any interjections. Her voice was so constant, it was almost a lullaby. I drifted off to sleep. I heard the gentle splash of water.
Nadia?
A deep voice whispered into my ear. A wave of water splashed, flipping the float out from under me. I plunged into the cold water. Its icy chill shocked me awake. I sputtered to the surface.
Are you awake now?
Grayson asked.
It seems like I have to keep waking you up with water.
I wiped the water from my eyes and glared at him. He was in the pool with me. I casually snuck a peek downward to see if he had on swim trunks or was naked. Swim trunks. Damn. I recommenced my glare. Maybe you could let me sleep instead of waking me up, I said. Where did you get the trunks?
They're David's. I borrowed them from his closet.
I scanned for Maya but didn't see her. Where's Maya?
I told her I needed her help with an errand. She left with Remy. They'll be gone for hours.
I narrowed my eyes. You didn't have an errand, did you?
Not really. I tracked you down after you escaped. Nice job, by the way. Even David was impressed at your fight-or-flight skills, mainly the flight part.
If you're here to yell at me, go ahead and get it over with.
Why would I yell at you?
I don't know. You and Caleb looked like you wanted blood.
What if I told you we were civilized?
I arched my eyebrow.
All right, we weren't civilized. But then Frankie barged in, armed with a curling iron. He hopped all over, asking where we hid your body.
I chuckled, but sobered as I peeked into his eyes. You know nothing happened between David and me, right?
I'm still having a hard time. If you had seen the way you were snuggling together, you'd be unsure too.
Then why are you here?
To get answers from you. I wanted to look into your eyes and see the truth.
Grayson. His hand touched my face and his thumb ran across my bottom lip.
Not that I have any right to ask, but did you have sex with him?
His eyes were locked with mine. Grayson, you never have to worry about me having sex with David. I wouldn't do that to you, and I certainly wouldn't betray Maya. His lips crushed into mine. I was momentarily surprised, but then relaxed when he pulled me into his arms to keep me close. The buoyancy lifted me. He lifted my legs and wrapped them around him. Grayson, I said into his lips, does this mean you believe me?
I believed you the moment you woke up and saw David's arms around you. Your eyes were as wide as an owl's. I just needed a little reassurance.
I pushed back slightly. Reassurance?
Maybe not reassurance. Maybe just more time with you. If I truly believed you'd had sex with David, I wouldn't have bothered to find you. I was happy when I found you here. It just proves you didn't do anything to hurt Maya. If you had, this would be the last place you'd go.
Maybe this was the last place. Your brother is nearly as hot as you are. He nipped at my bottom lip.
Nadia, why do you insist on pushing every button I have? This morning, I had a pang of jealousy I haven't felt in years.
Well, it helps pass the time and it's fun. My heart smiled that he was jealous. Normally, I don't go for the jealous type, but with Grayson, who seemed to never get jealous over anyone because he didn't particularly care about one woman more than the other, it made me happy. I had been thinking about quizzing him on why he'd had dinner with Katerina, but it didn't seem so important anymore.
I know of something that will help pass the time, and it's certainly fun,
he said. I didn't think of you as the square dancing type, but I'll do it if you think it's that much fun. He pushed me against the side of the pool. His weight pinned me in place.
Nadia, you know what I mean.
I don't think I do. His lips hovered against mine, so close, yet he didn't claim them. I grew impatient with need. He smirked as I wiggled against his weight.
Do you know now?
He asked. I might.
I need you to know.
His hand slid down the length of me. My skin danced with his caress. He tugged on a string from my bikini. Then another one. He tossed the top out of the pool. Placing the smallest of kisses on his jaw, I lured him back. As our skin touched, he electrified every spot within a 10-foot radius. Even the water was magnetized as small droplets held onto his skin, dreading to be separated.
Do you know now?
Hell yes, I said, claiming his mouth as mine. Our lips parted and meshed with the same urgency. My hands sought him. They moved up and down Grayson's strong back, his arms, his chest, his firm butt. I tugged at his bathing suit.
You're not getting these,
he said. I want them.
You can have them inside, but not out here.
That's not fair. You took mine. I want yours.
You had better climb out of the pool.
Can you hand me a towel?
What if I'm your towel?
He wrapped his arms around me. Just get inside.
Tell me you want me,
he said. Grayson.
Then let me tell you.
I tried to escape from his arms, but he held me still.
Nadia, I want you to be mine.
I stopped moving. Then take me inside. He gathered me in his arms. He was out of the pool and had me into the house in a matter of seconds. He only stopped once to wrap a blue and white striped fluffy towel around me. He stood me on the floor in the guest bedroom. Grayson snatched the towel from me and proceeded to dry me off inch by agonizingly slow inch. I let the waves of longing ripple over me as he touched ever so gently. He stopped abruptly. "What?" I asked.
Nadia, sweetheart, you're seriously burnt.
I stepped in front of the mirror. The back half of me was white from too many days in the casino. My front half was scalding red. If I was able to twist my body, I'd resemble a candy cane. Oh, my face too. My face was just as red but white around my eyes, where I'd worn Maya's oversized sunglasses.
I didn't notice you were burnt when we were in the pool. Does it hurt?
Now that I'm dry, my skin is hot and tight.
Let me go find some aloe. I'm sure Maya has some in the bathroom.
I wrapped the towel around myself. The once soft and fluffy towel now scratched like sandpaper.
Didn't you wear sunblock?
Grayson asked as he returned with the aloe. Of course I did. I didn't want him to think I was an idiot, but truthfully, I hadn't. I had planned to splash in the pool for only a few minutes, but the warm sun, cool water, and drifting bed had lulled me to sleep.
Why don't you spread the towel on the bed? I'll rub the aloe on you.
I hesitated.
I just want to apply the aloe. It will be easier if you're lying down.
I stepped to the bed. It was stuffed with pillow-top cushions and throw pillows piled high. As I climbed on top, the material scraped against me. Oh, this was going to be bad. If a satin comforter scratched, I couldn't imagine what torture clothes had in store for me. Grayson let me arrange myself on the bed as comfortably as possible, then placed himself next to me. He dabbed a spot of aloe on my forehead, smoothing it gently onto my skin. The aloe gel was cool but only slightly soothing. His gentle, lingering fingers made up for the disappointing aloe. He softly kissed and applied all the way down to my toes. He never stopped or skipped a spot, even when I pointed out my breasts weren't burnt. He dictated no spot shall go without his attentive care.
I think I covered every spot,
he said as he snapped the aloe bottle lid shut.
Do you feel better?
I feel slimy and crispy all at the same time.
Do you want to try to dress?
Yes, I can't lie here naked all day.
If you were at the penthouse, I would insist upon it.
I smiled. Somehow, I don't think a charred woman sprawled naked on your bed would be sexy, but thanks for sliming me up. Can you help me dress?
I will, but I won't like it.
I propped myself up on the bed. My skin must have shrunk 2 sizes in the short time I was on the bed. It tensed as I moved. I slid off the bed the rest of the way. Grayson held up my panties with a smirk.
Let's do this.
I scowled at him. You're having way too much fun with my discomfort.
One of us might as well have fun.
Just lower them so I can step into them. He knelt down and was treated to a full view as I stepped gingerly into the panties. He slowly brought them up. By the time he was to my mid-thigh, the coarse material grated against my skin. Stop, I winced. Take them off. It hurts too much.
I suppose you don't want Maya's t-shirt and shorts.
No way. They're too tight.
Let me see what David has.
I can't wear David's clothes.
Why not?
It's too complicated. Maya is still in a fragile place. We know he's alive, but she doesn't. I can't wear his clothes. They would be a memory to her.
She let me use his swimming suit.
You're his brother.
Nadia, this is silly.
No, it's not. Can you call her and ask her first? He kissed the top of my head.
I can do that. You may as well go and browse in his closet. I know she'll say yes.
I draped the towel loosely around me and carefully maneuvered to Maya's bedroom. Since she wasn't here, it felt as if I was intruding. I padded over to the closet and opened the door. Even his closet was bigger than mine. David had it packed with clothes. Between the two of them, they could outfit an island of people. Grayson stood next to me. Normally, his heat would have been welcomed, but it only made the burn angry. What did she say?
She yelled at me for not getting you out of the pool sooner. After she finished chewing my ear off, she said to pick out whatever you want.
Does he have sweatpants and a t-shirt? Grayson's eyes twinkled for a brief moment. He rummaged through a few drawers and found a pair of sweatpants and a Nevada Wolf Pack t-shirt. I shimmied into them. The material lit my skin on fire. I cringed, but that just made my face hurt.
I'll drive you home.
He said, leading me downstairs. You know how to drive?
Just because I have a limo doesn't mean I can't drive. The limo gives me the opportunity to keep working while I'm going from one place to another.
Do you own a car?
Yes, they're at my house.
As in, multiple?
I have 4 right now, but I'm itching to buy a classic.
What the hell is it with men and cars?
What the hell is it with women and clothes?
I shook my head. I don't know. I don't exactly understand that one either. Are you compensating for something? Grayson smirked.
No, but you're going to find that out for yourself.
My hormones clapped for joy, giddy with anticipation. But it would have to wait. Right now, I just wanted to live in an aloe bubble. We made our way outside. He took the keys and helped me into the Porsche. For someone who works all the time, you're taking a lot of time off, I said, as he backed out of the driveway.
I know. It's already catching up. I'll be insanely busy this week.
I would offer to help, but I would end up in the way. His lips curved slightly.
Well, Ms. Wolf, what skills do you have? How could you benefit Rotunda Casinos?
I can yell at people that pester you. I can use a computer. Although the last one I owned died in a dazzling display of electrical sparks, so maybe that isn't too useful. I can make coffee, but yours tastes better. Roy says I'm always good for a laugh, but that's not helpful either. I can run errands, but my car is dead. I pondered for a moment. A bleak realization smacked me on my burnt head. I should probably just stick to poker.
Oh, I don't know. You yelling at people to stop pestering me has its merits.
I'm happy to do it.
What are you going to do with Caleb's Porsche?
I have to give it back.
I was going to head back to the casino after dropping you off. Do you want me to take the car with me so Caleb can pick it up, or should I wait for Remy to pick me up? Then you can keep the car until you make other arrangements.
If I let Grayson take the car, I would have to take a taxi to the theater and to the casino to meet Dagor. I'll keep it for today, then give it back tomorrow.
Do you want to borrow one of my cars?
That's nice of you to offer, but no.
If you change your mind, you know where I am.
I do.
David filled me in on what happened with Dagor. From his description, you were exceedingly convincing.
I was so convincing he wanted to become my big daddy.
Do you know what you're going to do tonight when you meet him again?
David is supposed to figure that out. When Grayson parked in the chapel lot, he called Remy to pick him up, then escorted me to my apartment. I opened the door expecting to see Gus wanting his food. He wasn't there. He wasn't on the couch or bed. He was nowhere. Grayson, did you happen to see Gus this morning?
No, but I wasn't focused on Gus.
David put him on the bed last night as a barrier between us. Where could he have gone?
Did you lock the door last night?
Yes. But you said it was unlocked this morning.
Someone must have entered your apartment last night.
To steal Gus? Who in their right mind would do that? I must not have closed the door properly.
Perhaps we should search the building. Frankie might have seen him.
Grayson and I walked down to Frankie's apartment. I knocked on his door. Frankie opened the door dressed in a purple leotard, leggings, and a sweatband.
I'm in a hurry.
He said in a flutter.
I'm late for my pole dancing class.
He scurried out the door and locked it behind him. Have you seen Gus? I asked. He's not in my apartment.
No, sorry. I've got to run, sweet cheeks.
Oh, okay, I said as I watched him race down the stairs.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Grayson.
He shouted as he turned the corner and disappeared from view.
I don't know whether to be more amused at him taking a pole dancing class, his outfit, or him calling me sweet cheeks,
Grayson said. At least you're amused. We traipsed down to the first floor. Since my body was tight with fiery pain, Grayson stooped to look underneath the waiting room couch and desk. I stole a few peeks at his firm butt as he bent over. I developed a serious case of gutter brain every time he was near. We searched behind the chapel decorations and pillars. No Gus. A lump formed in my throat. Stupid cat. He's a pain in the ass, but I still loved the fur ball. Where the hell is he? Grayson kissed me.
Contact the shelters and vet clinics. See if they've found a stray cat the size of a watermelon. His size will make him stand out. You'll have a better chance of finding him.
This was why I didn't want to put Gus on a diet. He wouldn't be recognizable if he was skinny.
Yeah, that, and he attacked anything that was a possible food source.
I chuckled, but my happiness was short-lived. I hope I can find him.
I hope so too.
Grayson glanced out the window.
Remy just drove up. I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Don't worry about it. I have to leave for the theater in a couple of hours.
I'll see you at the theater,
He said.
I was able to secure front row seats for some VIPs and me.
I hope I don't embarrass myself.
It's still entertaining if you do.
I narrowed my eyes. He laughed.
You'll do great. I'll see you later.
I trekked back upstairs, searching in corners Gus might have hidden. No Gus.